Now, there's something that happened in the church world in the early 2000s. It got really popular, and it's continued, and that's this. It's the idea of coming up with like a mission statement, okay? And this, it may sound really simple to you, like, duh, yeah. But it was really popular in churches, and like months and months were spent in offices and people thinking and writing stuff on whiteboards, figuring out what's the mission of our church going to be. And you had to come up with like one sentence, okay? Like, we exist to lead people into a growing relationship with Jesus, right? There's that one. Maybe loving God and man with like reckless abandon, right? Have you heard that? People came up with these missions, and it's a good idea because the church needs to be focused, okay? But when that happened, there's a couple different things that happened. The first one is this. Some churches got really excited about the mission, and then nothing happened after that. It's like they flatlined. No growth took place. No one got saved. No one got baptized. It was just kind of like, we have this mission and nothing happened. Some churches had like this big excitement and this big momentum, and they took steps, but then they plateaued, and kind of nothing else happened. And then for other churches, they just blew up. They just are continually growing and reaching. And here's what happened. The churches that blew up and they continue to grow and reach the world, they didn't just come up with a mission statement. They had their mission statement. Then they came up with a vision of how to reach that mission statement, okay? And then they took another step, and they started equipping their people to be a part of the mission. And then they went even further, and instead of just equipping the people and saying, this is what we want to do, this is how we're going to do it, this is how you can be a part, they gave them the empowerment to go and do it themselves. That the people of the church went to do it themselves. And that's how the church kind of blew up, okay? And so I think beyond just leadership and vision and mission and passion, there's something else those churches got right. They followed the example Christ gave us, okay? That's what Jesus did. Jesus came with a crystal clear mission, okay? And then he made a crystal clear vision of how he was going to do that. And then he started teaching his disciples, this is how you can be actively involved in it. And then he gave them the authority and permission to go and do it. That's what Jesus did. And so what I want to do tonight is look at that in Jesus. What was his mission? What was his vision to accomplish it? How did he tell all of us to actively be a part of it? And then where do we get the power to step into that? Is that all right? Awesome. Well, Jesus' mission, okay, it comes in John chapter 10 is where I'm going to kind of pull Jesus' mission from, John 10:10. And some of you know the verse. If I were to say, what was Jesus' mission on earth and go around, we'd get all sorts of answers, wouldn't we? Some people would say to seek and save the lost, right? And that's true. Some people would say he came to give himself as an atonement for my sin, right? That's what he came to do. Or he came to heal the sick and to lead people into freedom, right? Those are all true, but it's all also wrapped up here. John 10:10, Jesus is talking about the enemy, and he says, the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But then he also says this, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Yeah. That was Jesus' mission. He came that they may have life and have it to the full. Now, who is they? That's all of us. That's everybody, okay? Now, first people say us, right? I'm the first one. Of course, Jesus' mission was for me, right? But then it's also, guess what, for other people, right? It's for you and your brother and your sister and your crazy uncle and that guy at work that you can't stand and you avoid every day that you can, okay? Jesus came for that 16-year-old cashier that's taking way too long, okay? He came that she may have life to the full as well, okay? And I can look around and tell you, I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to say it anyway because people have a hard time nowadays. The they in that, Jesus' mission is for everyone. That's for Americans and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Dominicanos y Cubanos y Nicaraguenses y Guatemaltecas, right? And everyone around the world, Asians, Africans, Middle Easterners, the scary ones, right? Jesus came that they may have life to the full, everyone. Also people in bondage, people that you don't agree with their lifestyle at all. Okay, maybe you have an Uncle Jim, maybe you have an Aunt Jim, okay, it's true. Jesus came that they may have life to the full, every segment of society. If you can think of a they, Jesus came that they may have life to the full, right?